In the Old Testament, the word joy is nearly always associated with an act of God, and even more specifically, with an act of God delivering his people. The people of Israel found themselves in need of God's deliverance on more than one occasion. When they were enslaved in Egypt, God set them free. As they traveled to the Promised Land, God proved to the Israelites over and over again that he was far stronger and more powerful than the enemy nations who opposed them. When the nation of Israel was carried off into captivity by the Babylonians, again they cried out to God to rescue them, and God delivered them and brought them back to Jerusalem.
Each time they were rescued, the Israelites were joyful and rejoiced in God's love for them. But each time they soon forgot God's deliverance and turned away from God. In a cold and dirty stable in a small, unimportant town of Bethlehem, God again delivered his people. This time, however, it was not just for a time, not just until the next warring nation came across the river. This time, it was forever, for eternity. God sent his Son to deliver his people, not just from enemies who threatened them, but from their sin that separated them from himself.
We can imagine the joy on the faces of the shepherds as they made their way to the stable. We can almost see the joy on the faces of the wise men who traveled great distances to find this new king. And we can feel the radiant joy of Simeon and Anna in the temple as they came face to face with the Savior of the world.
God sent himself to us to bring us life and never-ending joy. Today, as we celebrate Advent and think of joy, let's not forget. Let's remember and live each day in the knowledge and understanding of what God has done for us. We are delivered. How can we not be joyful?
This is the season of joy. So let's rejoice. And when I say rejoice, I don't mean